Good afternoon, everyone. And Josie moved Gary around a little bit this morning, and now she's lazy. Lazy. Oh, okay. She's starting to wear down on me. But yeah, we moved Gary over one spot as much as the fence would let us. Figured to show you guys. I just kind of let him out this time. Figured I might have to wrangle him up just a little bit, but time I got all the fence back up, he worked his way right back around here. Was just munching around by the fence. But I'm gonna show you what Gary done over here. I have to look this up exactly how long he was in here. I'm not positive for sure. Probably 2 or 3 weeks he was in here. And I answered the question about Cooney's rooting, tearing up the ground very much. Like I said, this is the garden. It was kind of soft in here. This is where the potatoes was at. He kind of knocked the heels down just a little bit, but not much. And the only big spots is where he kind of wallowed around a little bit. This spot there and the spot here. And but that's about it. I mean, he didn't tear up the ground. But he did mess up my little composting ring, which I think I can straighten it out. No big deal. But we can get in here. I forgot about them being in there. I didn't forget about them being in there. I just didn't think he would bother them, and he did. But you can kind of see what he done. All kinds of acorns. I think he's been eating a lot of them because I don't see as many acorns over here where he was at as you can versus over here where he wasn't at. I don't know if y'all can pick them up in them leaves or not, but there's quite a bit of acorns over here where he couldn't reach, but over here where he was able to reach, there's very, very few. They're falling out of the trees right now. It's raining on me and Josie right now. But there's a little spot right there. I think that's where he was bedding down at nighttime. And yeah, he didn't eat as much of this stuff as I would probably like for him to, but he did knock it down anyway. Let's see if we can get over here and walk around. You can tell a little bit of difference in between this and that. But no, Gary is registered Cooney. Now, when I had Ham and I got Sarah and Shelly down there with the girls, Bella is registered Cooney. There is a big difference between what they'll eat. I know there's a lot of things Bella won't eat down there that Sarah will. Bella and Shelly kind of eat some of the same stuff, but Sarah eats a totally different variety of stuff than Bella and Shelly. And when I had Ham with Gary here, it was the same thing. Ham would root big old holes up and would eat totally different things than Gary. So there's a difference in full registered Coonies and what mixed Coonies are. I don't know what my mixed Coonies are. But still got these two little boys. They're going, whenever I move Gary over into the big lot where the ghost is at, they'll go over with him. But they seem kind of tame right now, but if you get in there with them, they're not. They'll run and jump, and so it kind of makes me a little nervous about letting them out. I probably would let them out already, but they have the longer snouts, so I'm assuming that they'll probably root a lot more than Gary does. But Gary, yeah, I opened that fence up. He walked all the way back up to the top of that ridge, back there to where the fence used to be at. That's as far as he went, and he worked his way back down, just kind of grazing, I guess you could say, and went through the barn and around to the pumpkins that we got sitting in front of the barn. Started munching on them. That's what he's munching on right now. But yeah, it was a fairly easy move. This little I think I got him in now, and I'll have to watch him over here because this is the area where he threw a lot of that junk at whenever the other guy had this property. So he might dig stuff up that I just can't see. I picked most of it up, but I'll have to keep an eye on him. Make sure he don't dig anything up that'll hurt him. Josie found this grub worm. We're gonna go over and feed the chickens in a minute. I just want to show y'all this. This is I'm gonna try. I've never tried this before, but I'm gonna go back and get some video out of one of my old videos. This is just all some old hay that come out of a barn stall in there in the barn where I had a goat. But that is just all dirt and compost. But that's all it was the poop that was in there, the old hay, and I put some wood ashes on it from last year's winter fires. And I'm just kind of straightening up the compost pile where Gary scattered them out. He burnt my little ring thing, so we're just gonna go around. She bumped her head while ago, and let's put her in a bad mood. But I was just gonna show y'all that real quick, how well that composted. Like I said, you can't even hardly tell the straw was in there. But I'm just gonna try to pile this up and get it all straightened up. Corner. So there's two areas, I guess, this time. But got that cleaned up and took all that over into a compost pile over by the garden. If you can see it over there, right there. And piling it up. I don't really like using hay for compost, but yeah, we'll feed them some chickens. And about a year ago when we saw firewood, this was one of her favorite pastimes. Them beetle larvae, I guess, would get in between that bark and the wood. And when I splitting wood, they'd fall out. And she'd sit and collect them up and hand feed them to the chickens. I don't know if she can hand feed these chickens. And those are a different kind of larvae. I ain't sure what them are. Big old grub worm. Yeah, let's don't open it. Let's just stick them in the water. You know, put them out on the ground, and then we'll just stick them in the water. Watch. Ready? Boy, chickens whack them. Oh, they need to go in. Yeah, them big ones, you scared to pick them up. Yeah, you don't get that little one there, it ain't moving around very much. There, you want to get that little one? Throw it in there. Yeah, you want to throw it in there? Oh. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Oh. Yeah, there's another one. You want to pick it up and put it in there? No. No. Okay, this is the last one. There you go, chickens. I think the rooster got most of them. Well, we got that piled up. I took some of that grass clumps and just put them over there where there really wasn't any grass. If they grow, it may not. Nothing else, they can get the dirt and stuff from them. Alright. Well, that took some doing. And the rototiller didn't want to run. Had to take the bowl off of it and drain the gas a couple of times. I guess it must have got some water built up in it. Not only that, not so much the stalks. The stalks were a little aggravating from the sunflowers, but the roots of the sunflowers would get in there and clog up the tiller and the grass. So about once a row or something like that, I'd have to stop and clean out the grass. Like I said, I didn't clean it off when I stopped, so let's see what it looks like here. Oh, not too bad. Most of it come off as I raised it up to come over here, I guess. Get this raised up and do it all at once here. Yeah, yeah, those roots would get up there in between the front of the tillers and lock it up. And, try to burn the belt out. But that's gonna do it for today. It's bye. Sun's going down over the hill and it's time to feed. Appreciate everybody watching. Bye bye. Check us out on the next video.